What's up, it's Chad Altman, here to do a video today to talk about fulfilling and living your purpose. See, this was a really difficult one for me. To get all the way to the point where I really felt like I was thriving, getting to the point where I felt like everything just clicked. What a road it took to get there. You see, I never really knew what I really wanted to do. Everything that I was a really good starter. Throughout my life, there's been tons of situations where I've started a task and done it really good in the beginning, only to give up when the tough got going, or to give up when things just started to push back towards me. You see, I was really good at starting, but really not good at finishing. A lot of things started to show up in my life career-wise. A lot of things showed up in my life that I thought was the answer to all of my problems. But all of that was temporary. I got really shaken up every time I would change my direction and put my energy elsewhere. I was really good at having all this different stuff going on at once. I'd have all these different passions and these hobbies all going at the same time. But nothing ever felt like the one. I never got to the point where I was like, this is it. I had all of these identifications with things that I love to do. But then once I started to make money doing it, or once I started to really dive into it, all of the energy and the love for it seemed to fizzle and go away. I had fear crippling me from stepping into what I really wanted to do for the longest time. I never had a means and a way to have the back cushion of financial resources to step out in faith. I was scared to death. So I started to look at all the different things in my life, and I really started to analyze, what thing could I do that makes me feel whole inside, and if I make money while doing it, I still feel like I'm living in a purpose. And see, the thing is that answer didn't come at overnight. It wasn't an instant thought that I knew automatically, that's it. You see, it came from years of struggle, years of darkness, years of putting myself through hell to try to find this pathway. And I talk about this a lot in my videos, but it's just my truth. And the truth is, when my wife died, something happened inside of me. Something happened inside of me to the point that I was like, I cannot do this anymore. And the first thing I had to do is I had to stop putting other things inside me to fill the void which I lacked, which was trying to fulfill my purpose. See, I wanted to get to a higher level of consciousness. I wanted to get to the best version of myself living in purpose. So I put substances in there to fill the void, thinking that would take me, that would make me complete. That would be the thing that said, that's it. But every single time I did that, it was temporary. I would feel the high and I would feel whole, and it was temporary, and it would leave me, and then I'd be broken and empty again. And this happened over and over and over and over again throughout my life. It was women, it was clothes, it was you name it. It was job, it was the job here, it was the job there, it was this passion, this spending, this obsession, this, that. And the thing is, my wife died, and all of a sudden, I started to have gratitude for every little thing in my life. I started to have gratitude for the smallest little bit of things. I started to wake up in the morning, and as soon as I breathed air into my lungs, when my eyes opened, everything after that was a plus. I started realizing that going to work at a job that I fucking hated every single day was not worth it to me. I started to realize that what if I died tomorrow? What would I do right now? What would I want to be doing right now in this moment to live my purpose? Because tomorrow is not promised to me. Because that got super real to me. When my wife died in front of me, it shook me to my core, and I started realizing, what the fuck am I doing with my life? And so from that moment forward, I made a promise to myself that I was only going to go after things that made me on fire. I was only going to ignite things inside of me that I was passionate about. I was only going to pursue those things that left a legacy. I made promises to myself. And then I started going down the avenue and exploring the different things. I started deep meditations. I started going into therapy. I started studying laws of attraction. I started reading all these books, and I started to sit quiet with myself for the first time ever and started to answer the question inside of me is, how do I become whole? How do I become the same person everywhere? You see, I was tired of going and wearing a mask at work and then coming home and wearing a different mask at home, and I just could not do it anymore. I was so exhausted. And then I had a major breakthrough, a complete transformation moment that happened to me when I was in my sober living house in 2020. I was in a meditation in my room, and the tears were streaming down my face while I was meditating, and I literally felt like I was floating. Full transparency, I thought I was floating. I was looking down at myself, thinking of my own death. And in this moment, I saw this person, like in this meditation. I was doing a guided meditation, and it was like this person. It was like a dark figure, and I thought it was something evil because I had lived in this space of darkness for so long. I thought this evil thing was coming after me, and it got closer to me, and I realized that it was the highest version of myself, and I shouldn't be scared. And that's the thing. I had been so scared for so many years to live in my purpose. And I finally decided that I was going to live in my purpose. I started meditating on it every single day. I started aligning everything that was in my life towards that. Anything else that stood in the way of that, I said no to. I said no to trips. I said no to people. I said no to basically anything that I thought wouldn't support what I thought my purpose was. I started living my life by doing these live videos on Facebook. Started doing these live videos just like this, talking about things that I was passionate about and excited me. And I wanted to, and then I started getting messages from people, and people were calling me and saying, hey, that really helped me. And this other person would call me and be like, man, like, you don't know how much I needed that. And like, I started to feel on fire inside, knowing that I was living my purpose. People started to reach out to me and tell me, man, like, I don't know how you got to where you're at, but I'm so glad that you're here. And these little conversations would happen in my life, just reaffirming and confirming that I was doing the right thing and I was in the right place. And I started shedding and throwing away relationships that didn't support my vision. And I started throwing away positions and titles and money and things. And I started getting money and receiving money from living in my purpose. And I started to give it away. I started to give this money away because I wanted to balance the cycles. So you may be sitting here and you may be watching this and you might be like, Chad, I can't do that. Believe me, I was there. I was completely there. I was crippled with the idea of stepping out and taking the risk and jumping to be all in with myself to live my purpose. But I am here to tell you that you can have that too. There's certain steps that you must take to arrive at the place of stepping out there. There's a whole bunch of information that I could give to you guys, but I don't even have time to share it all in this video. Coming soon, I'm going to start a series where I'm going to show you how to live in purpose. I'm going to show you the things exactly how I did them to get you there. This video has told you a little bit of the things that I did to get you to the point of living in purpose. But do me a favor, please like this video and do me a favor and subscribe to this channel so when I start to put out this content that you guys will be there for it. I do not want you to miss this opportunity because I'm telling you, it can change your life forever. It's changed mine. And now I don't want to keep it to myself. I want to give it away. And I'm going to give it away to you guys. So do me a favor, once again, like this video, subscribe for more content in the future, and I'm going to come up with a purpose course here in a little while, and you guys are going to absolutely love it. Anyways, love you guys as always, and stay blessed.